So can you give me any advice on how to keep my lining straight? Because my lining seems to keep going crooked every time I try to do a front line.
Okay. So your line is going crooked when you're creating your lines. All right, so the reason why your line is probably going crooked when you're doing your lines is because you're not following the natural line that's already before you. Mm-hmm. And then you're also probably slanting off of the line that is already in front of you, mm-hmm. right? So if the line is here, you can't come in here and then go down. So that means somewhere in between the lineup, you're losing your guide, okay. Right? And then you also got to remember, sometimes the hair thins out in the hairline, right? So you have some areas that's a little darker, and you have some areas that's a little bit sparse, right? Mm-hmm. Or it's not as dense, mm-hmm. right? But you always got to remember, like when I'm creating my line, I got to make sure that I'm keeping that line straight, or I'm following the curve of that line. Okay. All right. So what you have to do is focus, and that's why I always tell you too, when you create a line, just do like 2 to 3 strokes, right? Mm-hmm. So boom, 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 and then step back so you can see where you are, and then pick up where you need to pick up. Okay. Because if you don't, then that can run the risk of probably, slanting your line. You know what I mean? Okay. So if my line is here, right? So I got my line here. So I'm gonna come here. I'm always starting to center. So boom, 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 right? Then I'm step back and see where I need to pick up at. Okay. Sometimes what we do is we'll go boom, 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 and then we'll just keep going. Mm-hmm. And then we didn't even realize that the hairline was either elevated up or it was slanted down. And that can create crookedness in the line. Okay. So what you got to do is start the guideline first, just like when you do a shear cutting, right? Mm-hmm. We create a guideline, right? So same thing, essentially this is a blunt line that we're creating, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to use the guide. So we're going boom, 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 right? We use those first 3 incisions. Then we're going to step back. Look at it. Okay, I'm going to look at it. Okay, so I need to come in here, or I need to adjust down here, and then I'm going to pick up from where I left off. Gotcha. Instead of going in, okay, I'm going to just go all the way through. Next thing you know, like, oh, my line is crooked because I didn't step back and look and see what I got left. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So you got to always step back and see where you need to adjust from that point. Okay. And that will, most times avoid the crookedness. Okay.